In Western Pennsylvania under blue skies after a rainy week, we are ready for Mustangs baseball. The Mustangs take the week off, and now they're right back at it for Game 7 of the series. Hello, everyone. Luke Burgess here with you, and it has been a week since we've talked. The Meadville Mustangs doubleheader last weekend at home against the East Butler Bulldogs. They split that doubleheader 1-1, and that first win was their first of the season. They go to 1-5 after starting the season 0-4. So now looking to try and string some wins together, and they got to do it quick. It will be no easy task tonight against the Butler Blue Sox, who are off to a very, very hot start. 5-1 so far on the young campaign, and they have only lost one game at home so far, 2-0 on the road. So maybe a little bit lucky that you get to face them at home where they've already lost the game, but certainly will not be an easy test by any means. The Mustangs sit last in the Northern Division so far. They are 4 games back of first place, and first place belongs to this Blue Sox team. So tonight, Maddox Statler retakes the mound for the Blue Sox, and that's certainly the first storyline that jumps out at you. Statler pitched the last time these two teams met, which was just about a week and a half ago on a Tuesday night here in Butler. Statler came in relief, but pitched 4 innings, struck out 4 as well, and ended up pitching 4 scoreless innings in order to get the Blue Sox to the bottom of the ninth, where they would walk it off and earn a 1-run win over the Mustangs. So a heartbreaking loss, and the second time that Meadville had been walked off this season. On the Mustangs side on the mound, it's Zach Wilson. He's making his 3rd start of the year. Had a lot of issues with walks on opening day, 6 in just 4 innings, but then comes back last time out, pitches the entire 7-inning game 1 of the doubleheader, which occurred last weekend. Obviously, it's been 7 days, so they try and run their number 1 guy right back out there. Lowered that ERA to below 4, it was previously sitting at 4.5. after his first start, but gave up 3 runs. All of them were earned in that second start of the season. Now he's looking tonight to try and bounce back. And the second time that he'll be paired with battery mate Zach Strideff, who caught for him on opening day. So we'll get into the lineups and a few other storylines here on fireworks night, just about 10 minutes away from first pitch in Butler. And to get to those lineups, we'll start with the hometown Blue Sox. Leading off, the shortstop, Seth Helgert. Batting second at second base, Zach Johnson. Quinn Burke from Chatham University plays third base. He had some defensive struggles the last time these two matched up. Trent Bilak is in the cleanup hole. He is the designated hitter. Joey Woodrow is behind the plate. He did not play last time these two teams met. He's catching. Andrew Bukulich is in right field from Pitt Bradford. He is batting 6th. In the 7 hole is Dustin Horn. He's out in center field. Chase Vrabel is over at first base. He's batting 8th. In the 9 hole, left fielder Justin Brannigan. And the extra hitter batting at the bottom of the lineup, Trent Minnick. On the mound, as we already mentioned, Maddox Statler pitched 4 innings last time these two teams met out of the bullpen. This time he gets the start. Struck out 4 in 4 innings. For the Mustangs, Kenny Lavrich leads it off once again at shortstop. Batting second in center field is Daniel Luco. He moves over from the corner positions. Cole Grable, the second baseman, bats third. Noah Ross gets his 3rd straight game of action after not playing in the opening 4 games of the season. He's the designated hitter in the cleanup hole. John Sharp is out in left field. He moves from the catcher spot. Brandon Butler, the third baseman, is batting 6th. And Brady Lane in the 7 hole will serve as the extra hitter. He's making his Mustangs debut tonight after not appearing in the first 6 games. Zach Strideff back behind the plate after playing a few games at third and first. Mason Bevan, the slugger first baseman, is in the 9 hole. And Brian Feldman is in right field rounding off the order. Zach Wilson gets his 3rd start of the season. He's pitched a combined 10 innings on the season, and that earned run average just about 3.8 on the year. It's fireworks night here tonight in Butler, so if you are able to make it out to the game, still time, you can come down. It's a beautiful mid-70-degree night in western Pennsylvania, and we'll have some fireworks after. So the show goes on after we play 9 innings of baseball, but hopefully some of those Blue Sox fans will be leaving in dejection after the Mustangs clinch a win here tonight and get their second of the season. Certainly would be a big momentum boost going forward. And Wilson was on the mound the last time that the Mustangs got their win, and really the only time they've got a win so far this season. We look at the standings real quick before we get underway, just about 7 minutes out from first pitch here at Pullman Park. Blue Sox are in first place. The 3B Barons are just a few places behind. East Butler Bulldogs sit in third, and the Mustangs struggling early on in this season all the way down in fourth. So as we said, big night tonight to try and gain some ground on the leaders in the division. And then we will see a little bit of inter-division action coming up in not too long. The Blue Sox first loss did just come 2 games ago, so only 1 win in their streak so far. Now they've built back up after that loss and looking to come in and make it 2. Lots of storylines tonight. A little bit of a shorter bench for the Mustangs than we've seen, so relying on Wilson to have a good start, and he's been good for at least some work so far this year, and hopefully he can put together his best start of the season. We mentioned this last time we were at Pullman Park, but in case you weren't with us, this is a big, big outfield. 347 down the left field line, 385 out to left center, 425 to center field, 352 to right, and then down that right field line, a more typical 325. So the Blue Sox lineup is being announced right now. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have first pitch from Pullman Park in Butler, Pennsylvania on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Just about ready for baseball here on the Mustangs Baseball Network, and we'll quickly go through the defense as Butler takes the field in the outfield from left to right. Justin Brannigan, Dustin Horn, and Andrew Bakulich. Burke, Helgert, Johnson, and Vrabel on the infield. Statler and Woodrow make up the battery, and then Bilak and Minich are the exclusive hitters for this game. Kenny Lavrich getting ready to come up to the plate, and we spoke to Kenny after that doubleheader where the Mustangs went 1-1 last weekend, and he said it's really fun to make plays with Cole Grable up the middle of the field, and so far that's really been one of the highlights of this season. The defense in the middle of the infield for the Mustangs has been near perfect, and Lavrich and Grable, obviously a huge part of that, have played a majority of the games at second base and shortstop, respectively. Maddox Statler comes on to pitch, as we already mentioned a few times here, and one of the things that really sticks out is that the Mustangs have scored a majority of their runs early in games. So Statler obviously shut them down last time late in the game. If he's able to kind of be hit hard early on in this one, then it could be really good sign for the Mustangs as they move forward in this game, because it's one of the first times that they faced a reliever as a starter all season long. So exciting to see what's going to develop here at Pullman Park, and the Mustangs feeling good after that week off, coming back in, and we'll speak to this team post-game, hopefully following a win where we can discuss exactly what went right for them. And so far it's been a lot of what went wrong. So that it has the potential to change tonight for certain. Statler finishing his warm-up pitches. We're over in Suite G. Thank you so much to the Butler Blue Sox for providing us with this booth while we're on the road. Lavrich steps to the plate, and we're almost ready for baseball. And early questions will be answered quickly for the Mustangs. Will they be rusty, or will they seem refreshed after a week off? And a little signal towards the Mustangs dugout from the umpire. Lavrich steps in the box. Statler gets his pitch, and the big right-hander winds and delivers the first pitch of the game. It's popped up. Behind the plate, moving back onto it is the catcher. He makes the catch. That is Joey Woodrow. Did not appear the last time that these two teams met. And right away, we've got an out. So one pitch, one out for the Blue Sox, and a good start for the pinstriped navy blue team. Daniel Luco now moving from left field to center field. He's played a majority of his games in the corners. First pitch to him is up high for a ball. 1-0 the count to Luco. And Statler was not a big strikeout guy the last time that he faced this Meadville team, but he got a lot of ground balls and pop-ups. Strike one is called. Evens the count up at 1-1. And soft contact, that was a huge part of his success. So if he can continue that here tonight, best believe Butler will have a chance at a win. This one's flown out to center field. Moving on to it is Horn. He makes the catch casually, and 2 up, 2 down for the Blue Sox defense. That's really what they've been so good at so far this season, is limiting those runs. They've been able to keep teams off the scoreboard. They haven't needed to score as much. Only 35 runs allowed, which is good for the second lowest number in the Rust Belt League. Only the Altoona team, Cumming Motors, has scored less, or has allowed less, rather. Ball one is called now to Cole Grable, the second baseman, but Altoona has not been able to score any runs. They're 0-4. This one lined out into right field. That one reaching towards the gap. It's going to get down. Grable has an early hit. He rounds first, heading to second, picked up by the center fielder Horn. He rounds second base now. The throw from the shortstop is in. It's going to be a close play. The throw bounces. It's high, and the runner is safe. It's a triple for Grable, and it looked like it might be caught off the bat. Instead, it gets down in the gap, and this outfield that was so bouncy last week after some rain all over the state has now maybe settled down a little bit. Grable takes advantage of the small hop, and there's a runner on third with 2 outs. Now Noah Ross, the designated hitter. First pitch to him is down in the dirt, kept in front of him is Woodrow. Keeps that one from getting behind. 7 o'clock start tonight and 71 degrees. Absolutely gorgeous here at first pitch. Wind blowing out to center field. Pitch number 2 down low for a ball, and the count's 2-0. So Ross played his first game in the doubleheader, appeared as a pinch hitter, and then started in game 2. Now gets a chance in the cleanup spot. 3-0 to him now on breaking ball that gets down low. So 2 quick outs, and we've seen that a lot, really. Pitchers struggling to close out innings, so we'll see if that trend continues tonight so far, and that's really throughout the whole Rust Belt League, not just with Meadville games. That one called for strike. Fastball, or maybe that slider on the inside corner, had a good velocity to it, but a little bit of spin. 3-1 to Noah Ross. Winds in, delivers from the stretch. That one bounces, gets away from the catcher, Woodrow. Coming home is Grable. He scores. So it's an early run and a walk. And what's new, really? Early runs for the Mustangs. The question is, can they keep it up? So Grable scores on the wild pitch. And it's a walk to Noah Ross. Now John Sharp, the left fielder, played a majority of his games behind the plate so far this season and has been another very consistent hitter for the Mustangs. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. The catcher, Woodrow, kind of pops up, looks the runner back to first base. That's Ross over there. We don't really know if Ross runs well or not. He didn't play in a lot of the first couple games and did not get on base hardly at all in that doubleheader last weekend. The pitch to Sharp is popped up, moving out towards left field. Closing on it is the center fielder, Horn. He reaches up, makes the catch. So 1 run out of the top of the first inning. The Mustangs score on that wild pitch, but it ends with a John Sharp fly out to center field. Through half an inning on the Mustangs Baseball Network, the score, Mustangs 1 and the Blue Sox 0. Bottom of the first in Butler. Zach Wilson looking sharp in his warm-up, and the right-hander comes into this game. His 3rd start of the season, really good last time out. 3 runs allowed in 7 innings, and it's going to be Seth Helgert to lead it off for the Blue Sox. The shortstop today was batting in the 9-hole the last time these two teams met and playing on the other side of the middle infield over at second base. So he moves to shortstop today and looking to lead it off for the Blue Sox. Wilson with the big leg kick delivers the first pitch. It's past the catcher Strideff to the backstop. Count goes to 1-0. Wilson really relies on that breaking stuff to get him outs. The slider was quite incredible the last time out. Got a lot of strikeouts looking with it. doesn't have big fastball velocity. The 1-0 pitch to Helgert is lined to Lavrich. Lavrich picks it up and throws on to first, and he gets the first out. So 2 pitches and an out for the Mustangs, and Pitt Johnstown product goes down easily. And Lavrich, we talked about in the pregame, just has that smooth glove. He shows it off again right there. Now it's the second baseman from Juniata College. Did not play the last time these two teams met. Second baseman for today's game, Zach Johnston. And we'll see what Johnston can do, getting our first look at him this season. The first pitch from Wilson is a curveball up high, does not catch the top of the zone. Count moves to 1-0. We thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Saturday night. And if you can't make it down to the ballpark, you can join us here on Iron and Oil Baseball on YouTube. 1-0 pitch from Wilson. That one's lined over to third. Grounding onto it and moving onto it is Butler. He throws on to first, and the second out is recorded. So 4 pitches and 2 quick outs. We saw that trend in the top of the first, but Meadville able to respond. Get a triple on the third batter, Cole Grable. Now Quinn Burke. Burke really struggled at that hot corner in Game 1 between these two teams. That was last Tuesday, and not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before. So the Mustangs had the whole week off. They haven't played in 7 days. The 0-0 pitch up high for a ball to Burke. And Burke was very good with the bat in his hand, despite the mistakes over at third base, and was able to get on base to be pretty productive. This one grounded to Lavrich. Nice backhand grab from the shortstop. He throws on to first, and it's out of the glove of Bevan. Racing over to it in front of the Blue Sox dugout is the first baseman. So it's going to go as an error on the first baseman, Bevan. Not able to snag that one, and Quinn Burke is going to reach on the E3. Lavrich shows off that good glove once again, though. Backhand snag from the Grove City College product, and now we'll see the cleanup hitter, designated hitter tonight, Trent Belak. Belak played the last time these two teams met. First pitch from Wilson is down low for a ball. 1-0 count to the designated hitter. The Blue Sox have pitched well, but they've just hit well, too. Probably the most well-rounded team in this Rust Belt League. The pitch, down low, curveball in the dirt. Just turf here for our infield, but, you know, we talked a lot last time we were here at Pullman Park about that outfield and how bouncy it was because the dirt has been just dried out by the consistent sun. And although it's a beautiful day today, we did get rain in this area several times throughout the week. 2-0 pitch. Wilson agrees with his catcher. That one swung on and missed. A beautiful curveball tossed up in there, and you can see that end-over-end topspin as it comes toward the plate. So now 2-1 to the designated hitter, Belak. Wilson looks back to first base, delivers the pitch, curveball just high, and he looks really frustrated that he doesn't get that call, and I can understand why. It looks like it comes in right around the letters. Maybe even down towards those numbers in the bottom left-hand corner of the Blue Sox unis. The toe perched up in the leg kick from the designated hitter, and he walks. So now runners on first and second after the error, and it's another Juniata College product, Joey Woodrow, who allowed that ball to get past him in order for that run to score in the top of the first for the Mustangs. Woodrow did not play the last time these two teams were together. He's got those high socks on, the baby blues, and I think a lot of credit. The Blue Sox have been around for quite a while, but you got to give them props for these beautiful uniforms that they're running out there. Got the script lettering across the chest and those baby blue numbers, baby blue high socks that some of them are rocking, and then the navy with the blue pinstripes. A really clean uniform, certainly one of the best in the league. 1-0 pitch from Wilson. He looks the runner back to second, delivers. It's a slider, and he's been heavily relying on that off-speed stuff. That one is a swing and a miss. evens the count up at 1-1. Bottom of the first inning, if you're just joining us, Mustangs out to an early 1-0 lead. Andrew Bakulich is on deck, the right fielder. The 1-1 pitch is down in the dirt. And so far, maybe just one or two fastballs. We don't have StatCast for the Rust Belt League, so we don't know exactly the type of pitch that's being thrown up there or what Wilson is intending to spin the ball as, but really looks like he's been heavily relying on that off-speed stuff. And he gets another swing and miss there with the slider, 2-2. And he's been able to throw that slider in the middle of the zone. And I think that so far it is played with the curveball so well that he's really been able to get in the minds and confuse hitters. They have not been able to pick up on it. Now Woodrow rather, the catcher, chokes up in the 2-2 count. Wilson, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he gets out of it. So allows two base runners, one off the error, but Wilson comes right back and gets his first strikeout through one inning on the Mustangs Baseball Network, and the Mustangs hold a 1-0 advantage over the Blue Sox here at Pullman Park. Top of the second on the Mustangs Baseball Network, and it's Brandon Butler to lead it off. The first pitch to him is popped up towards right field. Moving out onto it is the second baseman, Johnston. The right fielder comes in and makes the catch. That's Bakulich. So one pitch, one out in the top of the second inning. Mustangs batting for the second time. A lot of early outs, and you certainly want to maybe put a stop to that from an approach standpoint if you're Ben Cosby down at third base, knowing that you got to get that pitch count of Statler up early. That was one of the issues the last time they faced him. And this one pitch, Brady Lane lines it into right field. That one's going to drop for a single. The second hit of the game for the Mustangs and a base runner. So early action in this top of the second inning, and that can be a double-edged sword. If the Mustangs are getting on base like Lane did there in his first at-bat of the season, it's going to play positively. But if you fly out to right field, just hit that one a little bit harder like Butler did, it can be a real problem. So now Zach Strideff, the catcher, in the 8-hole looking to add on. And we know so far, if you've been tuned in all season, that it hasn't been a problem for the Mustangs to get early runs. That one ball down low for ball one. But it has been a problem to score runs late in the game. And obviously that really is what will decide games. And with how bad the bullpen has been, especially the back end, it's been really tough for them to produce. The runner goes on the pitch. The throw down is right on the money, and he gets him. Thrown out. So Joey Woodrow tosses one down, the Juniata College product, and gets Brady Lane. Lane does not run especially well. Now a 1-1 count to the hitter, Strideff. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss. And Strideff fans at it. And now all of a sudden, looking at one strike left in a really quick inning. So going back to what we talked about earlier, you can't put too much pressure on your pitcher, Zach Wilson. This one is lined up the middle and into center field. Moving on to it to field is Dustin Horn. Rounding first is Strideff, and it's the second hit of the inning. This time the catcher getting on with 2 outs. So back-to-back singles, but only 1 runner on, and now that stolen base may be looking foolish from a coaching standpoint. You never know. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, but you have a chance to maybe get that runner all the way around to third base. Now it's the big slugger, Mason Bevan, has 1 of 2 home runs for the Mustangs this season. First pitch to him is called for a strike on the outside corner, and Bevan has a lot of power. When he hits the ball, he hits it far and hard. Probably has some of the hardest exit velocities on this team, but he strikes out a lot. Been missing with the bat, and maybe that's a product of those power swings he takes. The 0-1 pitch to him is down low in the dirt, called for a ball. 1-1 to the big lefty, and made that error in the first inning, which extended the inning a little bit, but Wilson able to get out of the jam. Maddox Statler pitched at Cathedral Prep in high school. Now with the Blue Sox this summer, swing and a miss. And looked like the changeup away, or maybe just a curveball that broke kind of on that 12-6 plane straight down. Anyway, he's able to get Bevan to swing and miss. Count goes to 1-2. Runner on first. The 1-2 pitch to Bevan, up high for a ball. 2-2. Count all even now. Really exciting that you're with us here. And got to give it to the Blue Sox game day production crew. 2-2 pitch to Bevan is fouled off. He stays alive. One of the best atmospheres in the Rust Belt League. And, we've been around a little bit now. We haven't seen all the parks, and really excited to take you around with us as we visit all these parks in Western Pennsylvania. Excited to move over to Ohio in a few weeks. Check out Youngstown, the Creekside Crocodiles. Mustangs will see them shortly. 2-2 pitch to Bevan is fouled back again, so he keeps staying alive. He's got that protective face guard that a lot of these hitters are wearing, including Strideff over at first base. 10-hitter Brian Feldman is on deck, switch hitter, and we've seen a lot of him so far this season, played in all but 1 game. 2-2 one more time to Bevan from Statler, swing and a miss. So he strikes him out. We're through an inning and a half. Mustangs have 1 run, which is 1 more than the Blue Sox. 1-0 through an inning and a half here at Pullman Park in Butler on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the second inning at Pullman Park in Butler. Luke Burgess here with you, Mustangs broadcaster for the 2023 summer season, and so happy that you're with us. It's going to be Andrew Bokulich to lead it off, right fielder from Pitt Bradford. Bokulich was out in right field the last time these two teams met. First pitch from Wilson. The righty delivers one, popped up on the infield. Laverick moving back. It might fall in between, and that's exactly what it does. Laverick loses his hat, and it's a bloop single for Bokulich to lead off the bottom of the second and the first hit for the Blue Sox in tonight's game. Now Dustin Horn. Center fielder was pretty good at reaching base last time. Reached on a walk and mixed a single in there as well. But really, when you look back at that game, 5-4 the final and just 5 hits for the Blue Sox, 4 hits for the Mustangs. So they were efficient when they got on base. A lot of walks in that game, though. First pitch to the center fielders called for a strike. 0-1 count. So a quick runner on base for the Blue Sox. Laverick, who has been really solid defensively, just didn't have the wheels to get out to that one. And to be fair, I don't think many players would have. 0-1. Wilson looks back to second base. Now comes home with the pitch. Grounded up the middle. Moving on to it, the shortstop Laverick. He can't get it. It's past the glove of Grable. Running around to third. And fumbling the ball in center field is Luco. So it's a double for Dustin Horn. Back-to-back hits have the Mustangs in trouble. All of a sudden, it's runners on second and third with nobody out. And now Wilson is going to get a real test. Chase Vrabel, the first baseman from Wilkes College, gets a chance to make a big splash on the scoreboard early on. Wilson now, don't think he can rely on that breaking stuff as much. Obviously, the Blue Sox get that kind of scouting report after the first inning without any advanced analytics here. They don't really know what they're going to see. They haven't seen Wilson yet. First pitch to Vrabel is a fastball down in the dirt. So he does immediately kind of switch up that look, and only the 4th fastball we've seen so far tonight from Wilson, heavily relying on his breaking pitches through the first inning. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. It's the slider up high. Evens that count up at 1-1. Thank you so much for being with us in Butler. Game 7 of the season, the Mustangs trying to turn things around after a week off. 1-1 pitch from Wilson, leg kick and delivers. Curveball doesn't get a piece of the zone. And, geez, you got to be saying from the Mustangs dugout, where did that miss? And it looks like maybe someone on the far edge of the dugout, we can't exactly get a look at the number, but saying exactly that. Like, that pitch looked like it was right across the heart of the zone. The pitch popped up on the third base line. Butler moving on to it. He loses his hat, and it's just going to be too far down the line for anyone to get to. And John Sharp, who has caught primarily so far this season, looked like it took a while for him to pick that ball up, and really probably the only player with a chance at getting it. So it falls in foul. The count is 2-2. To the first baseman, Vrabel. Vrabel was over at first base the last time these two teams met as well, so a decent amount of continuity in the Blue Sox lineup, and it's been a lot of continuity in the Mustangs lineup. First baseman's playing in, trying to not concede that run. That pitch is up high, 3-2. So now the count is full to the left-hander. A beautiful night, and fans out from all across Butler to get some affordable family fun and watch these Blue Sox play. Wilson now set for the payoff pitch. Right-hander, leg kick, and delivers inside, so he walks him. The bases are loaded with nobody out to break this game open. 10 hitters in these lineups, we must remind you, because it is not typical. Trent Minich, the extra hitter, would have a chance. And now you would concede that run for the double play, especially with a 1-run lead. So expect a heavy dosage of changeups from Wilson. We know he likes to throw them. First pitch is a slider called for a strike. So no outs in the inning. Runners on first, second, and third. The bases are juiced. It's Bokulich on third, Horn on second, and Chase Vrabel, who just walked on first base. 0-1. Wilson winds and delivers. Curveball outside. Evens the count up at 1-1. Looking ahead, the Mustangs have a busy week, so after kind of a tame start to the season scheduling-wise, it picks up quickly. They'll get right back here to face the Iron Box at Pullman Park on Monday. Pitch is called for strike. That's strike 2. Count goes to 1-2. And then they'll be back down on Tuesday night in Newcastle, so just about 30 minutes west of Pullman Park where we are now. They'll play there again on Friday, so a busy week, and then doubleheader on Saturday morning starting at noon back at Allegheny College, the home field. Pitch is outside, down and low, and backhand caught by Strideff, so way to save a run there, or maybe even 2 if it took a bad bounce. Got that good runner Horn, the center fielder, on second base. 2-2 pitch. Wilson delivers. That one is fouled back against the netting, right back towards us. We didn't see any balls hit the glass of the suite we're set up in here last time we were here because of the angle we were at. Now we're shifted a little bit further to the right. We definitely could get some foul balls back at the broadcast booth. 2-2 pitch into center field. Moving on to it is the second baseman. It drifts actually to the right, and we don't have a great shot of the air. Cole Grable able to make that catch, and that's huge. Infield pop-up for the Mustangs. So Brannigan generates the first out, and it's not at all what the Blue Sox wanted. Now Trent Minich, the extra hitter, gets a chance with 1 out, and now that double play could get the Mustangs out of it with no runs allowed. And that pitch looked like that hit looked like it was going to go straight towards center field. First pitch is called for strike. Can't really tell if that's a changeup, fastball, what it is. It kind of breaks a little bit. It might be that two-seamer, but Wilson doesn't have quite the fastball velocity of some of the other starters. It relies on that breaking stuff to get outs. The pitch, driven out into right field. That one finds a gap. Getting down and moving on to it is Feldman. He throws in. It's going to be 1 run to score. So they wait up, make sure that they don't need to tag, and the game is all tied at 1 in the bottom of the second inning. So Minich singles to right field. Still bases loaded. And back to the top of the order, Seth Helgert. Now the shortstop gets a chance with 1 out. So kind of playing that station-to-station game early on. Wilson winds and delivers the pitch. In there for strike. Slider. And that one really hard. Slider in there. Maybe harder than some of the fastballs we've seen him throw. So mixing up those velocities. And we know that he can drop a hook in there for a strike. 0-1 pitch. That one down to third base and not gloved by Butler. Now he struggles. He throws on to first after tagging third. That one gets by the first baseman. The runner at third is out. The second base runner moves up to third. So it's first and third. Another run scores, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Kind of a confusing play there, but essentially what we saw is a ground ball to the third baseman, Butler. He couldn't pick it up. He picked it up, tagged third, through to first. The throw got by the first baseman, Bevan, but quickly recovered. So the runner, Helgert, will reach on a fielder's choice. And now it's first and third. First pitch to the 2-hitter, Zach Johnston, is called for a strike. So the Blue Sox take a 2-1 lead. And Vrabel on third base. The pitch. Up high, and the runner goes on the pitch. Throw down to second, and he's out. So they get him to end the inning. Seth Helgert caught stealing. We are through 2 full. The Blue Sox pick up 2 on the inning. It's 2-1 in favor of Butler on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top of the third in Butler. Welcome right on back. A quick little warm-up there for the pitcher, Maddox Statler. And after kind of endangering themselves 2 innings in a row, Mustangs couldn't get out of that second inning scoreless. They give up 2 earned runs and a tough second inning now. We'll see the 10-hitter Brian Feldman to lead it off. Switch hitter takes strike 1. Fastball across the plate from Statler. Statler does look like he's taken a bit of velocity off today, and maybe that's because he's coming out of the pen rather than starting the game. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off. 0-2. Just kind of took a chop at that one, did Feldman, and it snuck over that netting above the Mustangs dugout and into the stands. 0-2 pitch from Statler. That one grounded onto shortstop. Moving on to it is Helgert. He throws onto first. The throw is high. It gets over and out, maybe even into the batting cage. So if you don't know the setup of Pullman Park, the batting cages are underneath the stands. And it looked like it maybe snuck through the dugout walkway all the way back into the batting cage, which we have a slight view of to my right. So now it's Kenny Lavrich and a runner on second to start this inning for the Mustangs, a chance to get that run right back. Lavrich flew out to popped up to the catcher the first time around. The pitch to him is fouled back, 0-1. So the ball goes out of play on the error from the shortstop, Helgert. Count 0-1 to Lavrich, the shortstop. He lays down the bunt. That one moves up to the pitcher. Throw on to first. It's a successful sacrifice. The runner moves up to third with 1 out. And Lavrich gives himself up for the greater cause. So a runner on third, 1 out now. Now it's Daniel Luco, center fielder, looking to tie this game up. Pitch from Statler is inside for a ball. One and 0 to Luco. Pitch number 2, up high, curveball. Doesn't get a piece. Two-0 pitch called for a strike. Just catches a piece of that inside corner. 2-1 now. Luco out in center field today, typically stationed in the corners. The pitch to him is fouled off, and he kind of takes a half swing there. Doesn't get a full piece. That one up against the netting. 2-2. 1 out in the inning, and it's the 10-hitter, the right fielder, Brian Feldman, on third base. Maddox Statler on the mound for the Butler Blue Sox. Pitch, that one out to right field. Moving on to it, the right fielder and the second baseman. It falls in right between them. The throw to the plate, it's close, but not close enough. Feldman scores to tie this game right back up, and it's a single for Daniel Luco. So the Mustangs are back in business after a quick single, and then a runner advanced to second on the ball out of play. Now it's Cole Grable after the RBI single from Daniel Luco. He's got a runner on first. Grable's at second base. Struggled a little bit with the ball. One of the first times we've seen that, and a throw over to first. Runner is back safely. Oh. Pitch to Grable with 1 batting glove on. He kind of half swings that one right back to the pitcher. Throw on to second, shortstop on to first, and double play. So an unfortunate turn of events to end this inning. Grable grounds out to the pitcher, and we are through 2 full. The Mustangs tie it right back up at 2 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the third inning on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Wilson right back out there. First pitch is outside for a ball to Zach Johnston. Johnston playing that second base position today. 1-0 from Wilson. Winds and delivers. The fastball is outside, right back in that same spot. So he pulls 2 in a row. And the count is 2-0 early on to the second baseman wearing number 25. The 2-0 pitch, that one outside, just a touch. Tight zone tonight from the home plate umpire. We definitely have noticed a variation in the way that the pitches are called so far, depending on the umpire. 3-0 from Wilson is in there for a strike. Called. That one just a little bit of an off-speed pitch, switches it up, misses with that hitter's timing. And Johnson has that real wide leg kick before he hits. This one is driven out to right field. Approaching the wall is Feldman. Back in, he makes the nice catch. Kind of a basket-style catch there for the first out of the third inning. And nice move to get over there. Got a really good jump on it, and we saw those good instincts getting home and reading that ball out to right field in the last inning that scored him. This time he does it again on defense. There's one away. And Quinn Burke, who reached on an error from first baseman Mason Bevan, his first time up, gets another shot. One away, bottom of the third. Welcoming you into Pullman Park. That one grounded up the middle, through into center field. First pitch and a single. So 2 times to the plate and 2 times on base tonight for Quinn Burke. Now it's Trent Belak. Designated hitter, walked his first time up, and this part of the lineup was a spot of trouble for Wilson his first time through. Looking to redeem himself the second time. Hopefully keep this game tied going into the fourth inning. Moving along at a pretty steady pace here. So far tonight, 7:42 the time, Eastern. Pitch is outside for a ball. Runner on first after the one-pitch single. Quinn Burke hasn't got a chance to show off the leather, which was problematic for him the last time these two teams met. So far, the Blue Sox have not made the trip to Allegheny College. The pitch from Wilson is down low and outside. Slider got away from him, or maybe he meant to throw it right there, but he doesn't catch a piece of the zone. 2-0 count now to the designated hitter Belak. Runner on first. 2-0 pitch. Popped up. Moving out towards it is the left fielder, Sharp. He can't read it, and now he drops it. Sharp just can't get a read, and he was bobbing and weaving from left to right, looking for that ball to kind of settle down in one spot, and he just doesn't quite get to it. So an error on the left fielder, and runners on first and second with one away. Those are just really inexcusable when you're trying to win big games. You know where you're at in the season. You got to give it to the left fielder today. John Sharp has been phenomenal behind the plate, but just doesn't have that experience this year in left field. First pitch is lined into center. That one's going to get down. Luco fields it cleanly, running around third. The throw is right on the money towards, and the runner's out at the plate. What a throw from Daniel Luco in center field to get the runner. And the throw back to third consequently was just a little bit bounced, and they don't get the runner there. So 2 outs, no one scores on the play. The runner reaches. It's runners at the corners. But Luco just threw a bomb in from center field. Burke was called out at home, cut down. Now it's Andrew Bakulich. Right fielder singled his first time up in the last inning. He led off. First pitch from Wilson is called for a strike. 0-1 now, 2 outs, and a web gem there from Luco. The pitch, that one grounded up the middle off the umpire. It's going to kick into center field regardless. Doesn't really change the trajectory. The throw into third is late. So still runners at the corners, but one scores. All the way up from first base is Joey Woodrow. And coming around to score, making this a 3-2 game, is Trent Belak on the single from Bokulich, and he's 2 for 2. Good start for the right fielder. The Blue Sox just pound right back. And now the Blue Sox third base coach and their head coach as well, questioning maybe what happened there with the umpire interference. Ball didn't look like it changed trajectory too much off the leg of our base umpire here. And now Ben Cosby as well going to have a word. And it looks like the umpire really resolutely saying something to the bench coach. And now a little bit of a confrontation here going on right down by the third base bag. And adamantly nodding is that home plate umpire. And you wouldn't think that they really would have any question about it with the way that things worked out for them. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Wilson. He's trying to stay out of trouble here. Dustin Horn comes to the plate. The pitch from Wilson, up high for a ball. 2-0 count early to the center fielder Horn. Bases loaded. The pitch popped up out towards the right side of the infield. Mason Bevan makes the catch to end the inning. So one comes across for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the third. We're through 3 full. The score, the Blue Sox. Oh, and now a scoring change has been made. And we were a little bit confused with exactly what happened, but they are going to say that that umpire interference negated the call. So 2-2, is the scoreboard has now malfunctioned a little bit. We'll get you an update when we come back here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top of the fourth, and it's Noah Ross to lead it off for the Mustangs. Statler back out there for his 4th inning of work. The first pitch is popped up and out of play. Designated hitter at the plate. Walked his first time around after a 3-2 count. Now he's down 0-1. So to explain exactly what happened, they're calling that umpire interference, which the ball looked like it would get through anyway, but by rule, the runner cannot score on a ball that hits the umpire. So a bit of bad luck for the Blue Sox. The game remains at 2-2. So that runner, Trent Belak, had to head back to third base, even though he crossed the plate on the play. And it wasn't really clarified for a moment there. Another one fouled off. Count remains at 0-2 to the designated hitter, Noah Ross. But 2-2 and a big break for the Mustangs. And that pop out now to Mason Bevan at first base seems so huge. Top of the fourth, and that pitch is fouled off once again. Still 0-2 to Noah Ross. Nothing in 2. Pitch from Statler, up high for a ball. So after a couple foul balls, throws that one way out of the zone, sees if he can get a chase, and Ross is patient. 1-2 pitch is lined down the third base line over the head of Burke and into left field. That one gets all the way back to the warning track, and rounding first base and into second standing up is Noah Ross. The designated hitter rips one down the line and gets this inning started for the Mustangs. A great contact there from the DH. Now John Sharp, who has a chance to make up for that error in left field and already got one break with Belak not scoring, and that was the hitter that he dropped that ball on out in left field. Now he's got a runner in scoring position, no outs. He lays down the bunt perfectly down the third base line, but it just spins a little bit and kicks into foul territory where it's picked up by Burke. So 0-1 the count to the left fielder. And, you know, we mentioned we don't want to be too harsh on Sharp. He does play the outfield, but has caught all but 2 games so far this season. Today, Cosby throws him out in left field. So certainly adjusting to that position change as he's been so consistently catching over the past few weeks. Tries to bunt again. This one is a carbon copy of what we saw last time. Right back down that third base line, picked up in foul territory, 0-2. And now you most likely won't see the bunt again. Sharp does run well. Short and speedy. He gets his sign from Cosby, and he's got a big smile on his face. So clearly he's not too fazed by his mistake in the last inning. Wants to shake it off and drive in a run here for the Mustangs. 0-2 pitch. Statler with the short leg kick strikes him out. Swing and a miss from the left fielder Sharp. So he goes down, and that's the second time that he has not been able to get aboard. First out of the inning comes on a strikeout. Now Brandon Butler also flew out to the outfield his first time around. Still that runner on second base. Just got to advance him here to third. That one is cracked out to left field. Moving back on it is the left fielder, and it's off the top of the wall. Rounding third is Ross, and he's in to score. It's a double, and the celebration at second base for Brandon Butler, just inches from getting out. That one pounded about 360 feet off that left field wall, and Brannigan didn't do an amazing job of playing it. So now, after it looked like the Blue Sox were going to lead this one 3-2, the Mustangs turn around and say, we will lead it 3-2. They have the advantage, and a runner still on second. Now Brady Lane singled his last time around. Butler getting a nice little lead off of second base. First pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1 to the extra hitter Lane. And, you know, especially from a manager's perspective, you really want those extra hitters and designated hitters to do some work. The pitch outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Because when they can't make an impact on defense, you know that if they're going to do something for you, it's got to be with the bat. Lane was able to do that last time. The pitch. That one up the middle. It's going to sneak through. Butler rounding third. Horn onto it in center field. The throw home is a good one. The play at the plate is, the runner's safe. It's up the line. Throw just kind of slices away from the center fielder Horn on the throw. Butler is home, and it's a single for Brady Lane. The Mustangs lead 4-2. And now we're seeing a little bit of that offense that has been dormant after the first 3 innings so far this season for the Mustangs. Nice hit, and takes Statler up the middle after he was so dominant his last time out against these same Mustangs at this park. Maybe he just pitches better in the dark. So far, the sun yet to set as we get into the deeper part of summer here in Western Pennsylvania. Just a quick visit from the coach, head coach of the Butler Blue Sox, and he'll head right back into the dugout. So they're going to trust Statler to get out of this one. Zach Stridiff, now the catcher, who also singled his first time up, getting another chance. And the Mustangs have a chance to break this one open, especially after that spot of luck that they got in the top of, or the bottom of the third, just a half inning ago, when the umpire interference prevented those Blue Sox from scoring a third run in this game, and then a lucky pop out to get out of it. The first pitch to Stridiff is grounded onto the shortstop. Moving on to it, Helgert. He throws onto second and onto first. Double play. So that's one way to get out of it and stop the bleeding. They do just that. Mustangs score 2 in the inning, though. Stridiff grounds in a double play to end it, but the Mustangs lead 4-2 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Back here for the bottom of the fourth, Wilson back, and we have your video feedback. Just a few battery issues with our camera that we are providing for you this evening, but we are past that, thankfully. Can be a bit stressful at times, but we're through it, and you will have your video feedback momentarily here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. First pitch is fouled off, and the second pitch is lined into right field. Big hop and over the head of Feldman. The throw is a great one from Feldman. He recovers quickly, gets that ball back in, and holds the first baseman Vrabel to a leadoff single. So now a runner on, Justin Brannigan, the left fielder, to come to the dish. So a quick single to start the bottom of the fourth inning. 4-2 lead for the Mustangs. The pitch from Wilson lays down the bunt. Third baseman Butler throwing on to first. Makes the play cleanly and gets the out. So a sacrifice bunt from Brannigan to move the runner up. And everything goes to plan for both sides. There's a runner on second with one out in the inning. Now it's the 10-hitter. Trent Minich, and he was successful in his attempt to get a hit as the extra hitter last time up singled into right field. If he does that here, he would draw this to a one-run game. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Bottom of the fourth if you're just joining us, and we got our video feedback on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Want to know the count to Trent Minich, extra hitter hitting in that 10-hole. Top of the order on deck. 1-0 pitch from Wilson is popped foul. just to the right of our broadcast booth, and stands around us too. You're really engaged with the fans in this ballpark, apart from the fact that we've got fully glass windows that are not able to be opened. But a really beautiful venue here at Pullman Park for some summer collegiate wood bat baseball, and so happy that the Blue Sox have provided us with this beautiful suite to broadcast out of. Pitches outside, 2-1 to the extra hitter, Minich. Sacrifice bunt from the Westminster product, Justin Brannigan. Moved the runner, Chase Vrabel, who singled up. Wilson looks the runner back at second. Now he comes home with the pitch. Fastball, that one hard. Probably his best velocity of the night, but it's inside. 3-1. The count to the right-handed hitter, Trent Minich. Seth Helgert, who has grounded out to shortstop and grounded into a fielder's choice so far today. 3-1 pitch from Wilson. He winds and comes home with a curveball up high for the walk. So he walks the 10-hitter, and he's reached twice. Runners on first and second now. With first base open, not a huge deal to do so, but Helgert has reached. He did ground into that fielder's choice last time. If he does the same thing here, there's a good chance with that strong middle infield that the Mustangs possess, they can get a double play. First pitch is out into right field. Moving into the gap and letting it drop is Luco. Luco looked like he was right there and just watched it fall to the ground. The throw in is good from deep in right center, but everyone's safe. So it's another single this time for Seth Helgert, and the bases are loaded with just one out. Both guys kind of converged on that one, and then no one was willing to make that play. Obviously, as the center fielder, Luco, you want to try and take command there. The first pitch is called for a strike to Johnston. Good crowd, over 700 here tonight. Pitch down low in the dirt, 1-2. Tried to go to the hook there. Get a little bit of a sword if you follow along on Pitching Ninja, the amazing and very well-run Twitter account. Shows some pitching highlights. If he would have swung at that one, it sure would have been on there. 1-2 pitch, fouled off. Maybe not. Just some collegiate ball, but sure looked like it could have been. Fouled off now, so 1-2. Bases are loaded. Minich at second, Vrabel at third, and Helgert on first half of the single that dropped in confusion. 3 errors early on for the Mustangs. 1-2 pitch. Up high, just outside as well for ball 2. Count all even now at 2-2, and now go into attack mode on the mound if you are Wilson. You know, you got to talk to these guys about what they like as far as pitching. If they like pitching off these dirt mounds or if they like pitching off of turf mounds like we have tonight. Swing and a miss from Johnston. He gets him with the fastball down low. He just can't catch up to it. So another huge clutch timeout for Wilson. Bases remain loaded, Quinn Burke. And the only downside to the way that Wilson is pitching through the first 4 innings is you're going to run that pitch count up, and he has done exactly that. And the Mustangs are short a little bit tonight on their roster, so you got to watch out that you don't wear out your arms too early on. First pitch is called for a strike to the third baseman, Quinn Burke. Burke has reached both times tonight. Error on the first baseman, Mason Bevan, his first time, and then singled his second time around. The pitch. Up high. Fastball. Now starting to utilize that four-seamer a little bit more as we get deeper into the game, and maybe we kind of wanted to save it. Not normally an approach that you see. You would normally see the starter attack with that fastball primarily, but he's used that slider quite a bit, and we're seeing that more and more all the way out throughout baseball, no matter the level. Pitch, grounded into shortstop. Lavrich scoops, throws on to first, and the throw is late. The run scores, and not the fault of Lavrich by any means, just kind of a soft dribbler. And Lavrich ends up all the way across the third base foul line. That's how far that ball carried him. And obviously, Butler doesn't really have quite the range that Lavrich does. So now 4-3. Wilson, you can see the disappointment in his face for not getting an out on that play. It'll go as a single. So Burke has reached base all 3 times tonight. Now it's Trent Belak. The first pitch to him is a ball. 1-0 early on. Belak has also reached twice tonight. 1-0 on the pitch from Wilson. Out of the glove of Strideff, called ball 2. Luckily for the Mustangs, doesn't kick far enough away to allow that tying run home. And that tying run just 90 feet away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Meadville trying to hang on to that early lead they've established, and with their late game tendencies, you really don't want to allow this run to cross. Pitch called for a strike, and way to get back in the zone. Wilson, that fastball paints the outside corner. One of the better pitches we've seen from the starter all night. Wilson, a graduate of Meadville High School, so just down the road from where the Mustangs play their home games. 2-1 pitch outside, ball 3. Now, don't want to walk in this run, certainly. At least make them work for it. Wilson approaching 70 pitches for the game in the 4th inning. Winds and delivers. Popped up. And foul. And one of the differences that we have, so the count full now, one of the differences we have from the last time we were here, we've moved about 2 suites down. So last time we really struggled with seeing right field. Now we kind of struggle with seeing the sky. So if the ball is popped towards the broadcast booth, it's a really hard view. Takes a second to find out exactly what happens when the play goes up there. The runners go on the pitch, and it's outside. So he walks in a run. This game is all tied, and the bases stay loaded. So now it's really just about management, but Ben Cosby, he might want to manage a little bit and see what he's got going on here. If you allow Minich to score. 2 outs in the inning. Trent Belak just walked. Now Joey Woodrow comes up to the plate. You got Helgert on third, Burke at second, and Belak, who just walked over to first. Second time that Belak has walked tonight. He's 0 for 1, really. He just reached on that error from the left fielder, Sharp, and then you thought he came around to score, but it was rescinded off the umpire interference. Home plate umpire going to break up the mound visit for the Mustangs. Wilson's got to get right. Joey Woodrow comes to the plate. 2 away in the inning. The bases are loaded. Wilson trying to get out of another jam. He's been an escape artist so far tonight. Already allowed 2 in the inning. Try to keep this game at square one, all tied up. A hit would change that, though. Woodrow. First pitch called strike. Attacking with that fastball first now. So a different approach than we saw throughout the first 3 innings. Using that fastball to his advantage. Really, he only threw it 4 times through the first 3. Pitch. Oh, slider. And how dirty is that? Outside and away. Gets him to whiff, and he looked like he was swinging an oar. Joey Woodrow goes down 0-2 in the count. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Meadville trying to keep this game tied. And get it into the 5th with their 9, 10, and 1 hitters up. Pitches outside for a ball. Fastball and a good snag by Strideff to get on top of it and keep it in front of him. Go-ahead runs on third for the Blue Sox. They want to produce in a big-time spot here. 1-2 the count. 2 outs in the inning. Joey Woodrow at the plate. 1-2. Wilson gets his pitch. Winds, delivers, comes home, bounces it in. 2-2. Kind of develops the same way we saw just a few batters ago. Gets ahead 0-2, and you got to be able to capitalize on those. Wilson looking for just his 2nd strikeout. Be a big-time one here. 2-2 pitch. Popped up and out of play, foul. And just a little bit of frustration starting to seep through for Wilson on the mound. He kind of shrugs his shoulders as he walks back toward the bump and throwing the kitchen sink, really, at Woodrow. We've seen slider, curveball, fastball, maybe even a changeup mixed in there. 2-2 one more time. Here comes the pitch from Wilson. Grounded down the third baseline, foul. Popped that one and kind of chopped it off the infield turf. And going back to what we were talking about earlier before Big Hit brought in a run for the Blue Sox, pitching off that turf, it's a very different feel. And obviously a lot of these guys go with the molded cleats rather than the metal spikes for games on turf. But those outfielders, they've got a bit of a different feel with the natural grass. 2-2 pitch from Wilson. Outside, fills the count up. And just a bit of disappointment here. If you're watching this game, you want to end this one, get to that fifth inning. Wilson has been really good on the mound so far, but doesn't look like he maybe will see another inning. So many pitches in this fourth. Here's the 3-2. Fouled back and off the railing. A loud ding sound off the railing that goes in front of the seats right behind home plate, the premium seats here at Pullman Park. Don't have to pay extra for them, though. Just $6 to get in, and why would you not on a beautiful Saturday night in Butler, Pennsylvania? The Pirates out on the road. They're in a bit of a slide right now. Instead of going down to Pittsburgh, you can watch some collegiate league baseball. That's what plenty of people are here doing tonight. Payoff pitch from Wilson. Inside, walks in a second run, and now definitely some worry if you're Ben Cosby. Another run tries to come home, and he's out. So they try to catch Strideff on the walk, and they get the runner. That's Quinn Burke at the plate. So a run does score. Helgert on the walk, and then Burke tagged out on the steal attempt. We are through four full innings here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. The Blue Sox lead 5-4 going to the fifth. Fifth inning, Mustangs trail by 1 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network after a chaotic bottom of the fourth, and the inning ended on a caught stealing at home. It's a new pitcher in for the Blue Sox. It's Ben Aftanas. 1-0 pitch is fouled off, evens the count up at 1-1. So Statler goes for and allows 4 runs to cross. Gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, all of those earned. Pitch outside, and now it's 2-1 to the lefty slugger Bevan. Statler comes on, only walks 1, only strikes out 1. So 4 innings for him, and now Aftanas delivers on the 2-1 pitch. That one called for strike. 2-2. Trailing by 1 are the Mustangs. Mason Bevan trying to change that right here, and we know that he can do it with one swing of the bat. The pitch. Down low, called for a ball. 3-2, full count to the left-handed hitter. You know, a win here tonight would be so big to start this busy stretch off right. That one out into left field. Shortstop looking up at it, but it's going to be the left fielder, Brannigan, who makes the catch. And there's one away in the top of the fifth. Now, Brian Feldman gets a chance. The 10-hitter, right fielder, reached and scored his last time around. Trying to do the same thing here. It's fireworks night here in Butler. Post-game fireworks. Already talked about how great the game day production is here in Butler. First pitch to Feldman is outside and low for a ball. 1-0. Right-hander winds, delivers, and that big loopy wind up delivers outside for a second ball. Moves the count to 2-0. 2-0 pitch from the righty. Up high and outside, 3-0. So now 3 wide ones to the number 7, Brian Feldman. Switch hitter still stays on that left side with 2 straight right-handers in. The pitch from number 12, down low. 4-pitch walk and a runner aboard. And dangerous with those legs. You know what he can do. And now the on-base percentage leader for the Mustangs, Kenny Lavrich, has a chance to get this game right back to even if he can come through with a big hit. Garrett Knapp is warming in the bullpen for the Mustangs, so we would assume that he would probably come in after an almost 30-plus pitch inning. Ball 1 delivered, curveball way up high for Wilson in that last inning. 37 pitches is what we have unofficially. 1-0, runner on first. The pitch in for a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. 1 out here, 1 on fireworks night on a Saturday in Butler. Mustangs in for a game against the Blue Sox. 1-1 pitch from Aftanas. Breaking ball just low. 2-1. 1 out in the inning. Feldman was able to go from first to third very well his last time on, and he ended up scoring. Trying to do that again here with a big hit. 2-1 pitch. Up high. 3-1. And now in danger of walking back-to-back guys. Daniel Luco, who reached his last time, is on deck. Center fielder. Made a rough defensive play, but been solid for them overall. That one down the third base line and foul. Count is full. Lavrich just not quite on time with that one, and that can definitely be a product of the week off. When you don't see any live pitching for that long, it can be hard to time it up your first game back, and he's yet to reach sacrifice bunt his last time up, but flew out to the catcher his first time around in foul territory. Payoff pitch from Aftanas. Breaking ball, foul back against the netting. That time he's out in front, so messing with the timing pretty well is Aftanas. Lavrich, the smooth fielding shortstop who's been solid there all season, and the only Mustang to play the same position every single game so far this season. Throw over to first, the runner is back safely. We've seen a lot of Brandon Butler at third base, a lot of his infield partner in the middle, Cole Grable. But apart from that, everyone has really shifted around. Mason Bevan consistently at first. Foul back. Bevan did sit for one game, so count is still full to the leadoff hitter Lavrich, and he's making Aftanas throw some pitches early on. Both starting pitchers likely done after 4 innings. Wilson not officially out yet, but we did see Garrett Knapp throwing for quite a period. Runner takes off, foul back again. So we'll do 3-2 all over again. Lavrich trying to come up clutch. He's got a runner on first, 1 out. Mustangs trail by 1, 5-4 in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and the throw down is not in time. The runner's safe, so a steal on the strikeout. Feldman uses those legs that we talked about to get down to second base, but there's 2 away, and Daniel Luco now the last chance to score that runner who reached on the walk. The pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike. 0-1. Luco singled tonight and flew out to center field. 0-1 count, runner on second base. The pitch from Aftanas hits him. So a hit by pitch gets him right on that elbow guard, and there's runners on first and second with 2 away. Cole Grable now, second baseman, trying to tie this one up with that runner in scoring position. 2 outs in the inning after Kenny Lavrich fanned a slider. Long 3-2 battle for him. Ben Aftanas in his first inning of work. The pitch. Up the middle, onto the shortstop. Helgert, he throws on to second base, and the inning is over. So no run score through 4.5 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network, and the Mustangs trail 5-4. Bottom 5, welcome back to Butler. The first pitch from Wilson to Andrew Boklich is called for a strike. Mustangs not able to score that walk to Brian Feldman in the top of the 5th, and now Wilson, who is back out there after Garrett Knapp was throwing, delivers a ball to even the count at 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Grounded, foul. Over and into the Mustangs dugout. One-two pitch from Wilson. Up the middle, onto the second baseman, Grable. He fields cleanly, throws on to first, and gets the first out. So Grable gets the first chance to show off the glove tonight. And he looks as fresh as ever despite the week off. Now Dustin Horn doubled already tonight. He's 1 for 2 on the evening. 5-4 Blue Sox lead, trying to add on in the 5th inning. Mustangs send Zach Wilson back out there, and definitely a part of that could be the shortage on the bench tonight. A few players not able to make it for certain reasons. 0-0 pitch. Fastball outside for a ball, 1-0. Beautiful night in Butler. We got rain several times throughout the week. And Blue Sox have been around for a long time. Wilson gets ready to throw the 1-0 pitch. Slide step, popped up, foul. Evens the count at 1-1. Blue Sox have been around for quite a few seasons. Mustangs new this year, and Meadville definitely trying to build something like the Blue Sox have here in Butler. A great environment and something that the people in the community are aware of. I think one of the things that we've noticed so far throughout the Mustangs season is that there's not a lot of people who know that the Mustangs exist yet, and we hope to change that as the years move forward. That went out to center field. It's way up in the air. The second baseman, Grable, able to make a play, so he doesn't see any action, and then he gets two straight. Very typical of how things will go. So 2 away in the inning. Chase Vrabel now reached base both times, scored once, and reached third on a walk. He's got a chance. Wilson now gets 2 quick outs. If he can get that third, be really big for saving those bullpen arms, able to get through 5 complete. First pitch is up high, fastball called for ball 1 to Chase Vrabel, the Wilkes College product. Justin Brannigan on deck. He laid down a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Wilson gets his pitch. Comes home. Fastball up high, 2-0. Very similar pitch to the first one that he delivered. Here's the pitch. Grounded down the first base line and foul. 2-1 the count to the left-hander. Vrabel's been pretty solid over at first base defensively so far. He did have that skipping ball on the turf that got behind him, but the error went to the shortstop, Helgert. 2-1 pitch. Up high for a ball, 3-1. Quickly, you really don't want to let things get out of hand here. One out, 3-1 pitch. Walk, and runner gets on to first. So, I don't know if we can consider this necessarily a challenge, but after he was called out, it was appealed that Bakulik got to first base on time, and the umpires discussed it over, and they ruled that he did. So there's only 1 out in the inning, and Bakulik is on second base now after a single. So Chase Vrabel walks, and it's Justin Brannigan with 1 away in the inning. Left fielder laid down a sacrifice bunt his last time. Popped out his first time around. So third at-bat of the night for the left fielder. Wilson gets his pitch, comes home with it. That one is lined over the head of Lavrich into center field. Luco onto it. The runner sticks to third base, and the bases are juiced with 1 away. Things get ugly pretty quick there. And now if you're Wilson, really just got to reel this inning back in. Can't let it get out of hand like some other innings have tonight. Bases loaded, bottom of the 5th. Blue Sox already have a 1-run advantage. The first pitch in there for a strike. So it's Trent Minich now at the dish. Minich has reached both times tonight. Hit in the last inning. The pitch from Wilson with the bases loaded, fouled back against the netting. 0-2 count after the first pitch was a called strike from the right-hander. Wilson now approaching that 100-pitch mark. So assume that this would almost definitely be his last inning of work. Although we've seen, If you've been paying attention to the college baseball playoffs, now into the College World Series, 0-2 pitch from Wilson is up high. A little bit of a leg kick hesitation there halfway through. If you've been paying attention to that college baseball playoff odyssey, now into the College Baseball World Series, we saw Stanford pitcher throw a complete game, 156 pitches, really stretching out that arm, and it can definitely be dangerous with injuries. You see now so many starters getting Tommy John surgery and relievers as well. 1-2 pitch, popped out into right field. Onto it is Feldman. He makes the catch. The runner tags from third. The throw home is a good one, but it's just a little bit high. The runner will score, and with 2 outs, it's 6-4 in favor of the Blue Sox. So a sacrifice fly for Minich. Kulik scores on the play. We've had some odd calls here tonight, and now Seth Helgert, who singled in the last inning, gets a chance with 2 outs. 6-4 Blue Sox. Leadoff batter at the dish. First pitch from Wilson is chopped foul and off the netting down the third base line. 0-1 to the right-hander. Shortstop did make an error on a ground ball earlier this game tonight. 0-1. Zach Wilson on the mound, leg kick, delivers the pitch. It's a breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-2 count. Helgert 1 for 2 tonight. 0-2 pitch from Wilson. Big exhale, comes home. Down low for a ball. Brings the count to 1-2. Beautiful night at Pullman Park. Sun just starting to set. Just past 8:30 here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Already 1 run across. The pitch. Runner takes off for second. Popped up. Out towards right field. Feldman underneath it makes the catch. And the inning is over. So through 5, Blue Sox add on 1 more run. It's 6-4 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top 6, Noah Ross, the designated hitter, to lead it off for the Mustangs. First pitch from Aftanas is lined out into center field. Right underneath it is Dustin Horn. He makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Aftanas back out for his 2nd inning of work after Maddox Statler gave up 4 over 4. John Sharp now. Flew out to center field and struck out tonight 0 for 2. Trying to get that bat back on the right track after he started the season as one of the hottest hitters on this team. First pitch called for a strike. 0-1 to today's left fielder. Typically plays catcher. 0-1 pitch. Down low for a ball. Count even at 1-1. We hope you'll join us on Monday. We'll be right back here at Pullman Park, this time against the Iron Bucks, the newer team in town. Up high fastball is out of the way of the catcher and all the way towards the backstop, so 2-1 now. First time that the Mustangs will have a look at the Iron Bucks, so we'll see how they match up. And looking for a comeback here tonight to get in the win column after they lost the second half of the doubleheader. 2-1 pitch, looped in for strike, 2-2. Count is full, or rather even, to the left fielder Sharp. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and he strikes out. The second time that Sharp has gone down swinging tonight, and there's 2 away in the away half of the 6th inning. So Sharp strikes out for the second straight time. Now Brandon Butler doubled and flew out to right field so far tonight. 0-0 pitch from Aftanas. Down low for a ball. Top of the 6th inning. Just underway. Moving quickly. About an hour and a half into the action on the Mustangs Baseball Network. The pitch called for a strike. Looped that sweeping curve into the zone. Butler thought that it might get a piece of him. Here's the pitch. Popped back and foul out of play. In towards the parking lot. 1-2 count, 2 away in the top of the 6th. Luke Burgess here with you on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Mustangs 1-5 through 6 games. Game 7 of the season, they're trying to pick up a win. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. So 2 straight strikeouts swinging ends the inning, and it's a quick one for Ben Aftanas. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Mustangs 4 and the Blue Sox 6. Another inning of work for Wilson back out there. And he'll start to face Zach Johnson, second baseman, in the bottom of the 6th. 6-4 lead for the Blue Sox here. First pitch from Wilson is cracked into right field. Moving on to it is Feldman. He makes a nice running catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out. We've seen a lot of that here tonight from both teams. Line out to Feldman in right field. Quinn Burke now has reached all 3 times, once on an error. If you're just joining us, thank you so much here. Mustangs Baseball Network, so happy to have you. Pitch from Wilson is outside for a ball, or inside rather. Quinn Burke singled his last 2 times. Wilson winds, delivers the pitch up high, 2-0. Not the way you want to start to one of the hottest hitters in the lineup. Wilson gets his pitch, comes home. Grounded down the third base line, kicking foul into that bullpen area in a very wide foul area, which we have here at Pullman Park. That ball is going to sit there, and Noah Ross is going to run all the way down to get it. He's going to have to wait for this pitch, though. He turns around, and he's going to wait for it. 2-1 pitch from Wilson. Outside and low, 3-1. Now Ross walks the rest of the trek over to that foul ball. He's not playing in the field today, so he's got to get his cardio in somehow. 3-1 pitch from Wilson. Up high, walked him. So there's a runner on first after a one-pitch line out to the right fielder, Feldman. And certainly the velocity down from Wilson in this inning. You can tell he's starting to scuffle a little bit, but that bullpen does need preserved. So now the no batting gloves. Trent Belak swings and misses at the first pitch. Comes up with that old school approach. 1 out in the inning. Bevan holding on the runner at first. Just above Pullman Park here in Butler. Wilson looks back to second, comes home. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. And it's just been a little bit too wishy-washy tonight for Wilson on the mound. He doesn't really have that killer instinct, I guess we could say, that we've seen him display, especially in his last start. Struggled with the walks. 1-1, the pitch. Up high, 2-1. And no one in the bullpen right now for the Mustangs. Maybe a little bit worrisome. Certainly questionable at times usage of the pitchers for Cosby so far this season, but you do have limited options. Up high, 3-1 now, and in danger of back-to-back 5-pitch walks. Burke just walked. He's on first. Trent Belak at the plate, designated hitter, has also reached all 3 times, walked twice. He fouls that one off to fill up the count at 3-2. Sky's starting to darken over Butler after a beautiful summer day. 71 degrees at first pitch. Now it's started to creep down into the mid-60s. Full count pitch. Here it comes. Inside. So he walks him for the 3rd time tonight. There's runners on first and second. And back-to-back walks. Ben Cosby comes out of the dugout, and you would have to assume that that's probably it for Wilson tonight. And they kind of walk back to the mound together after Wilson takes a little bit of a lap. Wilson's not standing in the middle of the mound. Something you don't normally see on mound is normally the pitcher kind of mans that rubber, but you didn't know. You would think Kenny Lavrich was the pitcher. Wilson gets the fist bumps, so that's not it. It looked like fist bumps, and maybe that was it for him tonight, but he is going to stay out there. And, you know, I can't say that I necessarily back that decision from Cosby with his command starting to go. And, you know, we saw walks as a real issue in the first game that Wilson pitched in, and then he kind of cut down on that last Saturday. It's been right back up today. 0-0 pitch from the right-hander. Popped up, foul. Just going to sneak out of play into the third row. 0-1 count now, and it's the catcher, Joey Woodrow, who has struck out, hit into a fielder's choice, and walked so far today. Dustin Horn, one of the few batters who has not walked He's in the hole right now. A 1 pitch. Doesn't offer. Down in the dirt, 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Zach Wilson in his 6th inning of work. Over 100 pitches now for the right-hander. We don't have a pitch count in the stadium, which it's an unofficial number. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Looking back on it, Ish Strideff realizes he doesn't have a chance. 1-2 count. 2 foul balls in the at-bat for Woodrow, so he's right on it. Manning that spot behind the plate in today's game. Knapp is back up and throwing in the bullpen for the Mustangs. 1-2 pitch. Wilson, leg kick, comes home outside. 2-2. Strideff looks that runner back to first base. He hustles back. 6-2 the score. Blue Sox have the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mustangs trying to just claim their 2nd win in Game 7. It's been a real struggle for them to start this season. Trying to turn it around right here. Wilson takes a deep breath, comes home with the pitch. Lined over the head of the shortstop and into center field. Big hop. Luco fields it well. The throw is not going to be in time. He throws on to third. The runner scores standing up. And it's a single for Joey Woodrow. And now Wilson is going to be done. (7-4) now the lead, and we know that obviously we've already seen Statler today, but if that bullpen for the Blue Sox continues to be as strong as it has been this season, it's going to be really tough for the Mustangs to surmount a comeback here. So Garrett Knapp is on to pitch. We'll be back in just a moment on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Garrett Knapp on to pitch for the Mustangs. Andrew Bokelich is the first hitter that he will face. Hard-throwing righty delivers. Ball 1. Runners on first and second. 3-run lead. 7-4 for the Blue Sox. No batting gloves either for Bokelich. 1-0 pitch is sawed off and caught by, dropped by the shortstop. And what a play that was. Wait. I'm confused from a broadcaster's perspective, and I think the runner on second base is as well. It looked like Lavrich dropped it, but I guess they call it a good catch, and then the runner runs off of second thinking that the ball's in play, and he gets tagged out. So what a crazy end of the inning. Double play. We'll head to the top of the 7th. The score, the Blue Sox 7 and the Mustangs 4. Top of the 7th inning. Brady Lane to lead it off. Ben Aftana's back on for another inning of work. And first pitch is called for a ball. Still trying to figure out exactly how to score that final play. But I believe it's going to go as a fly out to the shortstop and then 6 unassisted on the tag. That one is into left field, a hit. Leading it off, Brady Lane. It looked like the third baseman might be able to make a play on it, but he does not. So it's in to left field. And a leadoff base runner for the Mustangs. First pitch is down low in the dirt. To Zach Stridiff, the catcher. One of the count. Ben Aftana's back on for another inning of work. Mason Bevan on deck. Leadoff runner on in what needs to be a big inning for the Mustangs here. Swing and a miss from Stridiff. He can't get a piece of the breaking pitch. If you're just joining us, Mustangs down 3 in the top of the 7th inning, looking to get a win here against the powerhouse Blue Sox. Pitch is called for a strike. Hard fastball at the bottom of the zone. Fouled off, a little dribbler towards the first base dugout. Blue Sox head coach will run over and get it. Showing that it doesn't matter who you are, you can always help out. Runner on first to lead it off. 1-2 count. Aftanas delivers. That one is lined into right field. Getting down the line. It's a fair ball. The runner coming around third. Stridiff round second. All the way home is Lane. It's a triple for Zach Stridiff. A line drive into right field, and the Mustangs draw back within 2. And the tying run comes to the plate. Great stuff there for Zach Stridiff. Comes up clutch. It's back-to-back hits to start the inning. The runner scores all the way from first. The first pitch to Bevan is down low for a ball. 1-0. Called for strike. 0-1 the count. Winds and delivers. Fouled off. Back against the netting, 1-2. Aftanas gets his pitch. Runner on third. The pitch, off the bat of Bevan. He decided not to go, and it just kicks off the barrel of that orange bat back against the netting. So gets lucky there that he didn't miss that bat and catch a piece of the zone. 1-2 count. Aftanas delivers. Down low for ball 2. Battling out. One of the things that Bevan has led him to struggle so far this season is that he has not been able to battle late in counts. He seems like he goes down if the pitcher just attacks the zone. Well, and that's one of the reasons he got dropped down in the order as well. 2-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Full count now to the 9-hitter. Brian Feldman, who has been great at getting on base every single time tonight, has a chance on deck. Here's the pitch. Down low, and he walked him. So 3 straight runners reach for the Mustangs. They might be in business here with Feldman coming up. Runners at the corners, and it's a mound visit, trying to mitigate any more damage after 1 run has already scored on the triple from Zach Strideff. So trying to talk to his pitcher, calm him down. We don't have a clear view from the broadcast booth of the Blue Sox bullpen. And, of course, unfortunately, no cameras down there. At home, we get full access, but not on the road. Not at Pullman Park here tonight. They're going to leave Aftanas out there. Let him keep working and try and figure it out. Switch hitter, Feldman at the dish. Thank you so much for joining us. Bottom of the 7th inning. Feldman at the plate. Runners at the corners. No outs yet here in the top of the 7th inning. Aftanas gets his pitch. Delivers. Swing and a miss. Hard fastball on the outside corner. Gets a piece of it, but Feldman does not get a piece of the ball. One sign from Cosby. 0-1 pitch down low and outside. 1-1 count. Bullpen is quiet for the Mustangs. 1-1 pitch to Feldman down low. Ball 2. Assume Knapp would probably come out for a second inning of relief. 2-1 count to the 10-hitter Feldman. Swing and a miss. He makes a pass at the breaking ball up high. Does not connect, and that one looked like he was going for the fences. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. So a good slider inside gets him to make a pass and a miss. So now it's still runners on first and third. The top of the order, Kenny Lavrich. Lavrich has not reached base so far tonight. Pretty strange for him. Been really good at getting on base this season. He'll try and do that here in a big spot. First pitch is down low in the dirt, blocked well by the catcher, Woodrow. Woodrow's been really solid defensively behind the plate. No passed balls, one wild pitch which allowed a run to score, but he's kept everything in front of him that he's had a chance. 1-0, down low in the dirt again. 2-0 to Lavrich. And obviously, you know, they've already seen him once, so scouting report or not, they know that this guy can hit, and certainly seems like he's getting pitched around a little bit more this time around. 2-0, one away in the inning, runners on first and third. The pitch down low again in the dirt, 3-0, and now Lavrich probably taking all the way. Three and nothing. Aftanas gets his pitch, delivers. Down low again, so Lavrich walks. He tosses the stuff off the netting. And the bases are loaded for the Mustangs after the 4-pitch walk to the shortstop, Kenny Lavrich. So now, make or break here. And we talk about how the Mustangs are in a pivotal point of their season after this week-long break. This is now a pivotal at-bat for Daniel Luco, and he's been good today. Hit by pitch, singled. The other time he flew out, but on base 2 times so far. One of them, I'm sure, was quite a bit painful. But he would take that right here to draw this to a 1-run game. He's got the tying run on second. Go-ahead run is on base. Called strike. Curveball just drops into the bottom of the zone and gets a piece. The 1-1 to Luco. Down low in the dirt, blocked well by Woodrow. 9 o'clock here in Butler. Beautiful night for baseball. Getting a little bit chilly. Some sweatshirts starting to come out in front of us. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2-2. And now in danger of back-to-back outs by strikeout, which is not what you want to do with guys on base, especially with 1 out. Just got to get that ball in play to draw this to a 1-run game. Aftanas delivers. Down in the dirt, 3-2. Count is full. And a big moment here, a big pitch. Big pitch in the Mustangs season. You know, when you only have a 30-game or so schedule, every game is important. Full count pitch. Here it comes. Down in the dirt, walks in a run. And that is something to be excited about for Mustangs fans. Struggling with control, but it doesn't matter how you get him. It just matters that you get him. The Mustangs draw it to 1. Aftanas is left out there to figure it out. So all of the batters on base right now have reached by walk. Now it's Cole Grable. First pitch outside, called for ball 1. Only one away in the inning. Top of the 7th. Mustangs trailing by 1. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch down low in the dirt. 2-0. What a big win this would be if the Mustangs were able to claw all the way back tonight in Butler. Two-0 pitch. Called for a strike. Fastball catches a piece of the bottom of the zone. Brings it back to 2-1. One away in the inning. Ben Aftanas, who was in the field last time these two teams plays, delivers down low in the dirt, 3-1. And now with a walk, this game would be tied. On top of that, you would get 3 speedy base runners. With the designated hitter, Noah Ross, to the dish. 3-1 pitch. Aftanas lifts the leg, delivers down low, and this game is tied. 7-7, all knotted up. The base is still loaded, and now it's been 3 straight walks. Brutal for the right-hander, and his night looks to be done. And it is done. It'll be number 10, Braden Hargater, to come on. We'll be back after this break. It's all tied up in Butler. Braden Hargater, the new pitcher on for the Blue Sox, and this game is all tied up. It's Noah Ross at the dish, the designated hitter, with 1 out. The first pitch from the new pitcher is outside for a ball. Big, tall right-hander wearing number 10 for the Blue Sox comes on. The first time that Meadville's seen him in the 2 games that they faced the Blue Sox so far this season. The 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. The pitch Strike two. Gets it right back. Now the count 2-2. The right-handed hitter at the plate. Bases loaded. Big moment in this one. That one fouled off, hooking over the left field wall and into the parking lot. Stays 2-2. Big moment here. 7-7, 2-2 count. Bases loaded for Noah Ross, the designated hitter. That one up the middle and through into the outfield. 1 run will score. Running around third. And coming home is the second run. Runners on first and third. Still 1 out, and the Mustangs lead by 2 on the single from Noah Ross. It's Lavrich and Luco who come around to score. And this game has flipped on its head in this inning. So the new pitcher comes in, and it doesn't make a difference. And the Mustangs capitalize on the walks. One of the things they haven't been able to do in the late game situations this year. Now John Sharp, the left fielder. Runners at the corners, 9-7 Mustangs lead in the 7th inning. A 5 spot in this inning. Big time. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, a looping curveball thrown in there. Sharp just can't get a piece of it. What a performance. The pitch outside for a ball, 1-1 to the left fielder, Sharp. Sharp has struck out twice tonight and flown out to center field. So he's trying to get on base for the first time, and what a big time it would be to extend this lead. Already one insurance run on there. Swing and a miss. He chased way outside the zone, and he's heading back to the dugout, but the count is 1-2. And a mistake there. The umpire looks at the scoreboard, which was malfunctioning, and thinks that he messed up the count. So that's a pretty disasterly mistake, but the hat trick on strikeouts tonight for Sharp. Now it's Brandon Butler, the only hitter to not come to the plate in this inning so far. He takes strike one. 0-1 pitch comes in, called strike 2. Now 0-2. 2 outs in the inning. Butler struck out in the last inning to end the 6th. Pitch. Little knock out towards second base. Fielding, throwing on to first, and he gets him. Some of the fans can't believe it here in Butler. It looked like he beat the throw, but he does not. Stretch with us. The Mustangs retake the lead. It's joyous. 9-7 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network through 6.5. Mustangs lead 9-7 here in the bottom of the 7th after a 5-run explosion in the top of the inning, and a little bit of Taylor Swift going on in between innings. Taylor Swift performing just about 20 miles south of here at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. And wow, what a tour that has been, the Eras tour from Taylor Swift. And not to get off topic by any means, but just an absolute craziness of fandom. The traffic in the area was ridiculous last night. 0-1 pitch from Knapp in his second inning of work is swung on and missed for strike 2. So 2 good pitches from the right-hander, and late inning bullpen has been an issue for the Mustangs so far. No doubt about that. So if they can figure that out tonight, it would be absolutely huge. And they really need to. Knapp, swing and a miss, struck him out, and it was a check swing, but he gets him going. So he starts the inning with a 3-pitch strikeout dominance against Dustin Horn. Now it's Chase Vrabel, first baseman. Walked twice and singled, so he's been on base every time tonight. Comes in with that choked up batting approach. First pitch is outside, breaking ball called for ball 1. Father's Day tomorrow, so happy Father's Day to any of the dads listening. Swing and a miss. No, I'll be telling my dad happy Father's Day on a nice Sunday. Maybe watching a little bit of the U.S. Open. Ricky Fowler and Xander Schauffele setting records on the golf course at LACC. Ball outside, called for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Go golf with your dad. Have a good time, whatever you do. If your dad doesn't like golf, go out to eat. Take him for a nice meal. Don't appreciate the dads enough. That one is driven out to right field. Moving back on it and looking up and over the wall, it is. Chase Vrabel hits one out and draws it right back to within 1. So after a really good first inning of work, only allowing the 1 run, kind of not his fault, Garrett Knapp gets one hit out on him, and this game is back to 1 run. That one bounced over the right field wall, and my first thought was I hope my car's all right, because the parking here at Pullman Park is over that right field wall. But round tripper for the left-handed first baseman. Choked up stance, clearly not affecting the power. He scores for the second time tonight. Now Justin Brannigan, who has only reached base once adversely, comes to the plate. So pressure cooker situation now for Garrett Knapp. The first pitch called for a strike. Right back in there with the fastball, and like to see him attacking like that. The 0-1 from Knapp is popped up. Looks like it's going to stay in play. Strideff calls everyone off, makes the catch, and does so very well. So way to establish his ground. Those ones on the infield you even see pro players struggle with. That time, no worries whatsoever. Strideff makes the catch. There's 2 away, and the 10-hitter Trent Minich comes up to the plate. So this is really shaping up ideally for the Mustangs if they can just get out. You would have Seth Helgert, Zach Johnston, and Quinn Burke at the top of the order for the Blue Sox if you can get Minich out here, and then you have the middle of the order for the 9th inning. So, you know, generally there's not as much depth on these teams as the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1 on a check swing as there would be on a pro team or even a, you know, full college team. So the second pitch is fouled off against the netting just beside the Mustang dugout. So that middle of the order can be a little bit more vulnerable than you would see with a team that hits a little bit more as a college team or a pro team would. 0-1 the count to the extra hitter. The pitch down low in the dirt. 1-1. 1-2 rather, I should specify, after that foul ball. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Knapp gets his pitch, comes home with it, delivers up high, 1-2, or 2-2 on the 1-2 pitch. Bilac, the extra hitter tonight, has been good. Grounds that one onto third base. Butler fields, throws on to first, and gets him out. So the home run is just a small blip on another good inning on the defensive side for the Mustangs. Through 7, the Mustangs lead by 1, 9-8 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top of the 8th inning, Brady Lane on to hit for the Mustangs. Extra hitter singled all 3 times tonight, so he has done his duty as the extra hitter. First pitch, Hargerter back out there, swinging and a miss. Hard fastball down the middle. 1-run advantage in the top of the 8th for the Mustangs and trying to close this one out. They've been in a lot of 1- and 2-run games. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called. 3 out of their 6 games have been decided by 2 runs or less. So certainly something to watch out for again tonight. Swing and a miss. So a 3-pitch strikeout to start, and this time around the commentator's curse comes into effect. Brady Lane cannot get on base as he's done all 3 other times tonight. Now Zach Strideff, who came up with that clutch triple last time, gets a chance trying to add on, and those insurance runs that they left out on the base path seem a little bit bigger now. Called strike to Strideff. Nothing in 1 count. Catcher been good all around tonight. The pitch. That one grounded over to the shortstop. Helgert moves onto it, throws hard onto first, and gets the out. So 2 up, 2 down on just 5 pitches. It's Mason Bevan, the 9-hitter, walked and scored his last time around. Bevan, the left-handed hitter, coming to the plate with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. The pitch. Called strike 1. 2 away in the inning quickly here. Just 6 pitches in. 0-1 count now to Bevan. That one cracked out to right field. It's a little bit high. Looks like he has a beat on it. Is the right fielder. He can't see it. It drops on the warning track. But Kulich had no idea where it was. Bevan is all the way around second and into third. He stops up, comes back to third. Now he's in a rundown in between home and third. They throw in. He tries to dodge the tag, and what happened? Mason Bevan had almost a surefire triple, and he rounded third. Wow. What a strange play, and it feels like we've seen so many of those tonight, but alas, another. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th after a wacky end to this inning. The Mustangs lead 9-8 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 9-8 lead for the Stangs going into the bottom of the 8th, and they face the top of the order. Seth Helgert first to go against Garrett Knapp, who comes on for another inning of relief. Got to be wary with that bullpen management here late. It has been an issue all season long. First pitch is fouled off and bounces up against the mask of the catcher Strida. He looks like he's okay. Umpire's a lefty. Throws the ball back to the pitcher Knapp. Mustangs trying to claim their second win. 6 outs away. Knapp gets his pitch. Quickly goes into the windup. Throws home. Outside. Count even at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Cracked out to left field. Hooking foul ball. Rode that line for a little bit. Sharp couldn't get to it, and it lands in foul territory. 1-2 count now. Garrett Knapp trying to finish this one off. No outs just underway in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mustangs hold a 1-run lead, 9-8 in this 8th inning. Certainly hasn't been a shortage of runs tonight. 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Drifting right and out of play. Foul. Do the 1-2 again. Been a really fun time so far. Mustangs season is just really getting underway. Still got a long way to go. 20 games remaining after, we're including tonight, 19 more after tonight. That pitch is up high for a ball. 2-2. Knapp delivers the pitch. Chopped on to shortstop. Lavrich hustles to it. Throws on to first on the run. And the split at first base for the newly entered batter. And that looks like it's going to be Ross in there. Oh, no, it's Tristan Holland getting a crack at first base. But a 6-3 put out for Helgert, and there's one away in the inning. First pitch. Called for strike. 0-1. Zach Johnston to the dish. Struck out tonight. Grounded out, flown out, and lined out. So he's 0 for 4. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Evens the count up at 1-1. Knapp gets his sign. Big leg kick. Holds the arm back. Delivers a strike. In there for strike 2. 1-2 now. Umpire reminds everyone exactly what that count is. We already know up here in the booth. 1-2 pitch. Knapp gets his pitch. Quickly delivers. Leg hesitation. That one is kicked down the left field line. It's fair. Sharp gets to it, and they're going to hold him to a single. But the tying runner is on first base with 1 out in the inning. Zach Johnston reaches base for the first time tonight on a line drive. Quinn Burke now, who has not been held off base, so the exact opposite, and maybe we'll see the same trend continue. Maybe we'll see the first time that he does not reach, or even better, a double play. First pitch from Knapp. Fastball catches the bottom of the zone. Called for strike 1. 0-1 to the third baseman. Beautiful night in Butler, Pennsylvania. Knapp gets his pitch. Comes home hard. That one hooked down the left field line and way foul. 0-2. And generally, you try and go outside the zone, get a chase at this point, but with the amount of pitches that Knapp has thrown, would really like to see him come in and attack this right-handed hitter. You know he's going to be in swing mode trying to tie this game up late. I say go fastball high. We'll see what he does. Here comes the pitch. That one is a fastball, but it's outside. Tried to throw it up high, it looked like, and he kind of yanked it. The way that he delivers the pitch kind of comes in with the arm hesitation back, as you can see on your screens, and then looks like maybe if that foot slips, here comes the 1-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it took a second to see if he maybe got a piece of that, and the catcher held on or not. It wasn't entirely clear, but he strikes him out for the second out, and a big one. Now it's Trent Bielek, who has also reached all 4 times, walked 3 of them, and reached on an error. So he's actually 0 for 1 on the night, but he's been on base all 4 times. That one fouled off over the Blue Sox dugout and into the stands here at Pullman Park. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Already mentioned the Pirates on the road facing the Brewers for the weekend. 0-1 count. Garrett Knapp on the mound for the Mustangs in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1-1. 9-8 lead for the Meadville Mustangs, trying to find their second win of the season. One pitch, down low and outside, 2-1. Designated hitter Bielek at the plate. Fastball down low and outside, 3-1 now. Now maybe you think about sending the runner with 2 outs, but you don't want to make that out on the base paths, but got to be aggressive here. And we haven't seen Cosby trot Knapp out for the 9th in a safe or a winning situation yet. That one down the middle called for strike 2, and Bielek walked towards first base, but really didn't look like it was even in question at any point. Pretty convincing strike call from our home plate umpire. Full count, 2 outs, 1 on. The pitch from Knapp. Called strike 3. He got him, and he hops towards the dugout. The Mustangs lead this game by 1 run going into the 9th inning. It's 9-8 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top of the 9th inning. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 9-8 lead, and it's Brian Feldman to lead it off in the 9th inning. Mustangs looking for a little bit of insurance. The first pitch fouled off against the netting. Feldman only not reached base 1 time tonight. That was his last at-bat. He struck out swinging. 0-1 pitch from the right-hander, Hargerter. Bit of a tongue twister there. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Switch hitter. Only hit from the right or the left side of the plate tonight. Has only seen right-handed pitching. Top of the order on deck, it's Kenny Lavrich, followed by Daniel Luco, who will at least make an appearance in this inning. 1-2, swung on and missed. So he strikes out for a second consecutive time. Fastball way up high, just couldn't get up to it. And now Lavrich comes to the plate with 1 out in the inning. He walked last time. Apart from that, sacrifice bunt, popped out to the catcher and struck out swinging. His 5th time to the dish. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Just got a piece on the last moment there. Was very late to that fastball. A lot of hard throwers tonight. Oftana's probably the softest tosser that the Blue Sox have run out there. Statler's velocity was a bit down from what we saw the last time that the Mustangs faced them on the 7th. The pitch. Into left field, over the head of the third baseman. It's a hit for Lavrich. He's rounding first base hard. He commits to second, coming in on the headfirst slide, and he's out. Lavrich just tries to stretch it a little bit too far, so he gets the single thrown out at second. And the outfield assist from Brannigan. 2 away, Daniel Luco, the center fielder now. The last chance for the Mustangs to try and add on before they try to finish this one off in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch is bounced in the grass. 1-0. Luco also walked his last time up, right towards the end of the stretch for Oftanas. That one down low, 2-0. Under the lights in Butler, 2-0 pitch. Hard fastball in for a strike, 2-1. Pullman Park, the site of tonight's action. 2-1 pitch. Looping breaking ball up high for ball 3. Chance to get a base runner by way of a walk or maybe a hit in this hitter's count. Luco requests time. Now the umpire lets him step back in, and he's ready to go. 3-1 pitch. Ripped out into right field. That one hit hard over the head of the right fielder. Bokulich rounding first is Luco. The throw in is just in time, and it's a stand-up double for the center fielder. And an insurance run on second base. Cole Grabel now to the plate. Grabel walked his last time, tripled to lead off in his first at bat, hitting third in the top of the top of the first inning. So 2 outs, runner on second. 1-run lead for the Mustangs. The pitch swung on and missed. Nothing in 1. Hargerter on the mound. The pitch down low, ball 1. Top of the 9th inning. The 10th potential run of the night, or the potential 10th run of the night for the Mustangs standing on second base. That one drilled up the middle. Onto it is Helgert. He throws on to first and retires him. So the Mustangs have a 1-run lead going into the bottom of the 9th. It's do or die, and it's time to try and get a win. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th with the Mustangs up by 1-9-8 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Mustangs have a new pitcher on, looking for the save in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's the lefty Gio Dougherty. His first pitch, hard fastball outside for ball 1. It's Joey Woodrow, Andrew Bakulik, and Dustin Horn. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off. Hard fastball velo coming in from that 3/4 left-handed arm slot. Trying to get a save. Get a win for the Mustangs. They've been walked off twice already this season. They were walked off the last time that they were at Pullman Park 10 days ago. The pitch. Up high, 2-1. The catcher has walked, singled, struck out, and hit into a fielder's choice tonight. Left-hander gets his sign. 2-1 pitch. Outside. Hard fastball again, and really bringing the velocity here, but you would trade it for control. It is loud at Pullman Park. PA announcer trying to hype up this crowd coming into the bottom of the 9th. 3-1 pitch. In for a strike. Fastball. Full count to the leadoff hitter in this 9th inning. Chopped foul. Do 3-2 all over again. Luke Burgess here with you on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Full count. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. One more time. Hits off the top of the roof at Pullman Park and rolls out into the parking lot. Oh, what a time to be here on a Saturday night in June for some baseball. Full count. Lefty winds, delivers. Grounded foul. We'll do it again. The battle continues on. 3-2, one more time, at least. Crowd sound effects have people stomping. Great events, and we got some fireworks after the game tonight. 3-2 pitch, struck him out, the first out in the inning, and he gets hype on the mound, throws the glove to his side in celebration, and there's one away in the 9th inning. Now it's Pakulik. Singled 3 times tonight and popped out to the shortstop. He's 3 for 4 on the day. No batting gloves from that right side. The first pitch. Breaking ball comes in hard for strike 1. 1 out in the inning. 0-1 pitch. Hard fastball in for strike 2. Nothing in 2 now. 0-2 pitch. Up high. Fastball coming in, looking like high 80s at least. We don't have a radar gun in the booth with us, but easily more velocity than any pitcher we've seen tonight, and we know we have guys who throw in the mid-80s with their fastball on the mound. 1-2 pitch. Down low for a ball. 2-2, even count. Crowd is really into it here. 2-2. He struck him out. Another one. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. This time it's swinging. And the Mustangs are 1 out away from getting their 2nd win of the season and handing the Blue Sox just their 2nd loss in what has been a great start. Dustin Horn now. 2 outs. The final prayer for the Blue Sox. The first pitch. called for strike. Just attacking the zone fiercely. Nothing in one pitch. Foul back right to the left of the broadcast booth. And if the windows were open, we might have been able to catch that one. Kids running after it. Could be the final pitch of the game. You got to watch. 0-2. Outside and high. So the tension continues to build. 1-2. Just a one-run lead. 9-8 here in the bottom of the ninth in Butler. Mustangs looking for a win here would be huge. Coming off of a week-long break. Left-handed pitcher. Leg kick. Comes home. Struck him out. The Mustangs win it. And a big-time win for the Mustangs. They come on in the ninth inning and strike out the side. 9-8, your final. And what a win it was. So the offense plays all the way throughout. How about a 5-run 7th inning? And a win here today in Butler. And what a way to start after a week-long break. Doesn't slow down, though. We'll be right back here again on Monday to face the Iron Bucks. But a great morale booster for the Mustangs. Well, Luke Burgess, thanking you so much for being with us all night long. We'll come back and wrap this one up in 15 minutes or so. But for now, thank you so much for joining us all night. Mustangs win it 9-8 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Wrapping things up here in Butler, Mustangs grab a big-time win after they were walked off last time by the Blue Sox. Go check out my Twitter at BurgessLuco3 and the Mustangs Twitter for an interview with Zach Strideff coming up pretty quickly here after the postgame. But tonight, a great 9-8 win for the Mustangs. They're back in action on Monday right back here at Pullman Park. For now, so long from Pullman Park in Butler, Pennsylvania. Luke Burgess, Mustangs win this one 9-8 here on the Mustangs.